I'm going to teach you some things. I'm going to teach you some things that I believe that for some, you are going to hear this for the first time. So I'm very excited. I've not always known this, but I want to thank God for the wisdom that He has given and the knowledge that we have acquired. Once again, I just want to say welcome. Right. This class, this lesson, this class is on non-traditional real estate investment opportunities.
Just a moment. Your video is off.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Coach Fanny, Coach Lucy, for letting me know that my video is off. Now I think I'm on, and I hope I'm handsome. If I'm not, I gotta go and fix that. But for those that can put their cameras on, please do. If you cannot, that's okay as well. But I just want to say thank you for the privilege to share with you non-traditional real estate investment opportunities. I'm honored to have with me here financial advisor and analyst, Dr. Chirara himself is here listening to me speak about non-traditional real estate. Dr. Chirara, just say hello to these people. I mean,
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be a part of this and looking forward to learning with each and every one of you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is a young man that I love, a young man that I've seen grow up to become such a leader, a transformative leader. And you are going to see him in the future sharing some delicate information on this subject, especially on subject that I, as a coach and a consultant without a license, I bang on people like him. When I run out of ideas, I consult people like him who are leaders in the community of financial education. So thank you so much, Dr. Chirara, for being here with me. I'm honored. Now, we are talking about non-traditional real estate investment opportunities. And please allow me to share my screen quickly as we do this, so that the learning process is going to be even better, right? So I started Kingdom Financial Institute for the main reason of bringing to people financial literacy. Financial literacy, number one. And then number two, wealth building. Financial literacy and wealth building. There are many people in the world who do not understand how to build wealth, especially generational wealth. And there are people who just do not know how money is made, how to generate income, right? And it pains me as I do my work, either as a marriage coach and counselor, or as a life coach. The majority of the people that I meet, most of their problems, not all, but the majority of their problems are in the area of finances. Not that there's too much, but in the majority of cases is because there's too little, right? So as a result, I asked myself, what can I do as a leader in the community to help people with tangible, verifiable, principle-based solutions to their problem? And I realized that helping a couple with their marriage without helping them understand the need for them to build wealth and to not only build, but to preserve it and then to pass it to the next generation, I realized that it was not a good thing. So I have invested a lot of time and energy and resources in finding lasting solutions for people. And I believe that God, through his word, has provided the solutions that we need. So that's why we established Kingdom Financial Institute, right? So the goal here is three things: how to build, how to preserve, and how to transfer wealth to the next generation. Now, the majority of us see people across the neighborhoods and across the railway line, people that live well, that people that when we see from our own vantage point, they are doing well, right? And for the majority of us, we do not understand why is it that people in certain zip codes and people in certain areas are doing well, while others are really struggling in life. Now, the truth is that wealth has no color. Wealth is not a respect of zip codes. What I've discovered is that there's the difference between the wealthy and people that are building wealth and passing wealth to the next generation. The difference is knowledge. They know something that we do not know. And I was one of those people who did not know how wealth is built and how wealth is preserved and how wealth is passed to the next generation. I didn't know that. Why? Because I just didn't know. They say these days, if you don't know, you don't know. If you know, you know. And there are people who live among us who know how to build wealth, who know how to preserve wealth, and who know how to pass that wealth to the next generation. And it takes one person in a family. It takes only one person to break the yoke of poverty for the next generation. And I believe that you who are here, I believe that you are a first generation wealth builder, which means that you have not or you did not receive substantial income from your parents. Now, those are what we call first generation wealth builders. They take it upon themselves to build wealth. They take it upon themselves to actually preserve that wealth and to pass it to the next generation. So what it means is that they have the privilege to break the yoke of poverty for the future generations. Not because they are different from everybody, but they just take it upon themselves to say enough is enough, right? I have seen it happen where people take matters into their own hands. They learn some things that they didn't know. Proverbs chapter 24, verse 3 and 4, it says, by wisdom, a house is built. By understanding, it is established. And by knowledge, its rooms are filled with pleasant and precious riches. That's what the Bible says. Knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. What is knowledge? Knowledge is information. People that build wealth, they know some information that we do not know. People that are able to preserve wealth, they know some information that we do not know. And those that are able to pass wealth to the next generation, they have within them some information that we do not know. And it boils on each one of us to actually seek that knowledge and understand it and then apply it. Once you apply principles to life, the outcomes are predictable. Principles are the determiner of success or failure. If you break a principle, failure or hurt or pain is inevitable. But also, when you apply principle, success is predictable. So people that are building wealth, the majority of them, it is because they actually know something that we do not know, and they apply those principles day after day after day. They apply those principles and they keep getting the same results over and over again. And those that refuse to accept, or those that don't know what those principles are and how to apply them, they also keep getting the same results over and over again. And those results, sadly, they are also transferred to the next generation. So I did not receive any substantial or anything substantial from my parents. I mean, I have 6 siblings, right? My father was a wise man. Back then in the 70s, growing in a country that was led by a few suppressing the majority, right? For some reason, I don't know where he got this wisdom from, but in his generation, among his siblings and the people of his time, he died in the 70s, but he left real estate. He left a house in the city, a house with value. I mean, when I look back at his time, he was the only person among his brothers and sisters, and not only that, even in the entire province, he was the only person who owned real estate. Not only that, but he was also involving in developing real estate. Unfortunately, he passed away before his dreams were realized. But one thing that he did is he left for us a house, which is still in existence today, which is still earning my brother, who's my firstborn, passive income every day, because he doesn't live there. He lives on his farm, but he has a house in the city, which is earning him passive income. It has been doing that for decades. He has added rooms and he has expanded on it, and he's earning from it. Right. He himself also was involved for many years in real estate. So I grew up among people and among a family that understood the power of real estate. They were, I mean, years ahead of the rest. Now, I didn't understand the impact of that until I was of age. So what am I saying is that for the majority of people who are earning passive residual income, it is not by accident. They know some things and they apply principle. And after they apply biblical principle, they get the same result that are predictable year after year after year after year. The truth is that ignorance can be passed to the next generation. Let me repeat that. Ignorance can be passed to the next generation. And it takes one individual in an entire family to reverse the cycle of poverty. You could be the only person in your family who is going to break that yoke of poverty. And this is why I am doing what I'm doing. If this message is going to help one person, it is worth it. Why? Because behind that person are tens and hundreds of people that are going to be affected by that decision. If, I want to repeat, if this message helps one individual here, it is worth it. It's going to be worth it. So last week we talked about REITs, which are real estate investment vehicles that people utilize to actually get passive residual income, right? And there are many people who don't understand these things, right? And there are people, today somebody was giving me a testimony. They were here last Thursday. And they fortunately, they already had a brokerage account. So they went into the account, they looked for GNL, the company that we talked about, that I shared in it as an example. And they already purchased that REIT. Imagine that. Today they were sharing a testimony on how they've already done that. So at the end of this month, they are going to get their first dividend. I mean, if that doesn't cause you to smile, I don't know what will. This individual today calls me and she shows me a picture, a screenshot of a brokerage account that she started last year, but she did not invest anything. But she said, after your class last Thursday, I went in there, I looked for GNL, and I purchased some shares, right? And she's expecting dividends at the end of this month because GNL pays every quarter. Every 3 months, you get dividends in your account. And guess how much? 16.08%. There is no high-yielding savings account that pays even a quarter of that, right? But yet there are people who do not know that in this economy, while people are saying the economy is down and we are struggling, there is somebody next door to you who is earning 16.08% per annum. Imagine that. 16 while you are getting 0.something% in your savings account. I mean, you realize that the stacks are against us. Anybody who doesn't know, the stacks are against us. So anybody who wants to do that, this is not something that is hidden somewhere. These REITs are on the stock exchange. These REITs can be found in your brokerage account. The only thing that you need to know who they are, then you do your due diligence, and then you invest wisely. And once you use the principle, you keep getting the same result year after year after year. So this lady was saying today, next week when she gets paid, she's going to buy the same REIT, but she's going to open an account for a child, so that the child is 3. Imagine that, 3 years old. So she's going to open an account for her and put money from every paycheck. Imagine, even if she puts $50 in that account on every paycheck, which amounts to $200 a month, and she's 3 years old. Now imagine the compound interest. Imagine the dividends that are coming every quarter, and she activates reinvestment. I mean, the drip feature that every investment or every dividend that comes in, she doesn't take it out, it's reinvested in the same rate. Imagine the compound interest over the next 15 years. Imagine how much she will have at 18 years old. Imagine now with the child of somebody else who has not done anything. The stacks, I mean, are against anybody who doesn't utilize time. You see, anybody who understands these things, they'll understand two things. Time is important in investment. Every time you lose the opportunity to invest from every paycheck, you are losing time. Sow a seed into your future from every paycheck. Make it consistent. Some people wait that, I will only invest when I have a lot of money. Some say, I will only invest when I get an increase, because they don't understand the value of time in wealth building. Start today. If you don't have a brokerage account, start today. Open one. Look for, like I said, we don't have time for today, but we're going to share with you for people that want actually to do this seriously. We're going to share with you more than we can share in 1 hour. But what I'm saying to you is that this information that you're getting free, people are paying thousands of dollars to get this information. Right. So what I'm saying is to you, right now, after this class, you can actually go and open a brokerage account and look for a REIT code GNL. You can Google it, GNL, right? And then invest in it. If you invest it right now, by the end of the month, you will get your first dividend. I mean, passive residual income. You do not do anything, but the money will begin to work for you. Again, I want to emphasize, the reason we see people that seem as if their lives are good, right? They are not worried. They are there. You meet them in the stores. They are not in a hurry. They are young, but they're not rushing to work. And you wonder, what are they doing in shops during the day, on a Monday, on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday? They know something we do not know. Knowledge is power, but I add to that and say, knowledge understood is powerful. Right now, as we speak, there are people who do not know that you can earn 16 or 18% return on your investment in the United States today, right now. The majority, 99.9%, they don't even know. The information that I'm sharing with you right now is information that the majority of the people do not know. Even people that are senior in the aspect of investment, people that teach others, they don't even know. Why I say that is because in my classes, I have people that are registered financial analysts and financial advisors who tell me every day that, I didn't know this. I didn't know. They also did not even understand that they could earn in America today, earn 16 or 18%. I mean, the REIT that I know that pays the most is 18% return. I mean, if you understand the power of that, 18%, tell me wherever you have heard where you can actually get a return of 18%. But it's possible. It's happening right now as we speak. And that's what we talked about last week, the power of REITs. REITs, real estate investment trusts. I have never seen anything powerful than that in investment or in wealth generation. But if you are here and you are thinking, you know what, I want to get rich tomorrow, that's not what we are talking about. Wealth building takes time. I say time is your friend in wealth building. Therefore, I am not sharing with you a get rich quick scheme. There is nothing like that. Even the Bible says wealth gained fast goes fast as well. We have to learn how others are building wealth. It's brick by brick. It's slow. It's a slow process. But when you understand the power of building, that's why we are saying how to build wealth. It's built. This idea here is not exciting, but you gotta learn to be patient. And wealth building is for the patient who understand the power of time, of compound interest over time, who understand the power of delayed gratification. People who understand that I can sacrifice today for a better tomorrow. People who understand that I must sow from every paycheck. And it's not about the size of, you can start with $10, buy one share, and next month increase, maybe increase by $5. What you need to understand that investment is all about a mindset. You are trying to shift your mindset from being a consumer to being an investor and a wealth builder. We are not just building for us. We are building for the next generation. Any person who doesn't understand our responsibility to prepare and plan for the next generation does not understand our responsibility. The reason why there are families that are notorious for being poor, it is because nobody in the generation has done what we are talking about. And I'm glad that you are here, because this message has the power to revolutionize the way you look at wealth and how it's generated and how it's preserved and how it is going to be passed on to the next generation. I mean, like I tell you, I get so passionate about this because I have seen how this message has changed people. Just yesterday, I get a call from a company, a known powerhouse financial company here in Michigan, who want to partner with me. And they are saying, we just watched one video and we believe that, you know, you have a message that we can rally behind. Why is that? It is because this message here has the power to transform somebody's life. Are you ready for it? Are you prepared for that transformation? Are you willing to do it and work hard for it? I'm going to skip quite a lot of things here because I want to rush to the things that I'm passionate about today. Now, we talked about that there are many vehicles that you can utilize. If you want to know what we talked about last Thursday, the video is still online. If you go to my Facebook page, the video is still there. People are still watching it. Today, it has been watched more than 4,000 times. So go there and learn. So last week, we talked about real estate investment trust. That's what I was just summarizing, right? And that is the chart that we showed last week for GNL, that although the stock value is decreasing, is depreciating, the dividend yield remains the same. And we described how diverse they are, and we gave example after example, and we dig deeper into it, which I will encourage everybody to do. Never invest emotionally. Do your due diligence. Make an effort to understand the company. At the same as I'm talking about GNL, which stands for Global Net Lease. It is a company, it is global. And they have more than 1,300 properties across different geographical areas and industries. They are very diversified. That's why they can actually, even though the stock value is going down, they can actually pay dividends year after year after year, quarter after quarter after quarter. They have not failed, not even a single quarter. Even during the economic downturn, they still pay. Why? Because they own property. People still live in houses and pay rent regardless of the economy. That's why I'm excited about it. Right. And we talked about this, and we will, in the future, for those that are joining the class, we'll share about this and look at it. We said, you look down there, look at that circled number, 16.08%. That's the dividend yield, and it pays every quarter. All right, now let's rush. Today I want to talk about real estate crowdfunding. That's another vehicle, real estate crowdfunding, which is the new kid on the block of real estate investment opportunities. Right, this is a new kid. You couldn't talk about this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago. These things didn't exist, but crowdfunding is the thing today. Right. So what are these real estate? What is real estate crowdfunding? Right. Now, just help me here. Let me do some things here. Good. So there are 3 key platforms. 3 key platforms that we're going to talk about. But before we go any further, I just want to say that in recent years, the landscape of real estate investment has evolved. And there are people who don't believe that actually there are new opportunities in real estate. Like I said last week, there's a guy, I think his comments are still on Facebook. He believed that actually I was a scam artist, trying to scam people, but hey, I'm not selling anything here. I'm just sharing information, right? But he is in real estate, but he didn't know that there are today non-traditional real estate investment opportunities. Right. But they are. Just because he doesn't know, that doesn't mean that they don't exist. The landscape, the real estate landscape is evolving. Right. It is just like how Netflix took over the industry. Netflix is a new kid on the block. But before Netflix, anybody who knows here, there were family videos in every neighborhood. And we would go to a family video and rent videos. And you would have to go there physically into the store and look from their catalog and pick up a video, go home and watch it, drive back. And that is traditional way of doing things. But Netflix came and took over the industry. And today, where are those companies? Blockbuster, where are they? Non-existent. Why? Because they failed to evolve as the industry evolved. Today, the same applies. Real estate is evolving. And there are non-traditional real estate investment opportunities that you and I can get involved in. And one of those is real estate crowdfunding. Right. So real estate crowdfunding is a revolutionary approach that democratizes access to real estate investment. It allows individuals like you and me to pool our financial resources together, collectively investing in large projects that would otherwise would have been out of reach of ordinary people like you and me. It leverages on the power of the internet and technology to bring access to ordinary folks like you and me. Right. So how does real estate crowdfunding work? Number one, it is core. It's crowdfunding. The word there is crowd, right? On a simple premise, a platform, right? For example, when I'm talking about platforms, these are usually apps, right? For example, if you want to go on a ride right now, you don't have to own a car. You can go on your phone, request a ride, and an Uber driver will come to your house and pick you up and take you wherever you want to go. In this time, if you live in a large city, there are people who have sold cars because it doesn't make sense anymore. Why? Because there are new opportunities in the field of transportation. Now, Uber is a platform. Lyft is a platform that connects riders with drivers. So there are also platforms that connect investors with real estate developers. And those platforms, for example, Fundrise, right? They serve as an intermediary connecting investors and real estate opportunities. And how do they do it? They list the real estate developers. They list their projects on the platform. And you and I, ordinary citizens, go on the platform and first of all, you access the projects and you read. There's so much information about each project, right? And some of them are new development projects. Some are rehabs. Some are income generating projects. Whatever your interest is in, you pick, you do your due diligence, you research on the platform. And then from that, after you have understood and you've done your due diligence, you make a wise investment decision, right? You contribute money to the project. Let's say they're building a block of apartments, right? And you just want to invest in that block of apartments. They will tell you exactly how much you will get from that block of apartments. Now, so for example, let's say they're building a block of apartments and the project itself, the developers are saying this project is worth $10 million, right? And then they promise, let's say, 10% return on investment. So what you do as an individual investor, you make a decision, how much money do I want to invest in this apartment block? So if you have $5,000 sitting in a savings account, and then you say, you know what, rather than earning 0.01%, I'm going to take this money and invest in this project. Then at the end of the project, which can run from 6 months or whatever it is, or somehow continual basis, right? You invest and you get your passive income. If they're paying monthly, you get that. If they're paying quarterly, you're getting that. And then you earn passive residual income in the comfort of your home. Now, what is the difference? The difference is that you, as a passive investor, you are not involved in the day-to-day management of the building, right? The platform itself is not even involved in the management of the building. The investors do that. So you are You don't even worry about what is happening, where are we getting the bricks from, and what is the contractor doing. You don't even get involved in that. All you do is that at the end of the stipulated time, if it is a quarter, if it is a monthly, you are collecting your passive income. That is, if you ask me, that is a brilliant idea. Now, here is what you do. All you do is just keep going back to the platform, because the platform keeps giving you project updates and return distributions. Everything is there. All you do, the hardest part of your work is to just log in and see the money flowing into your account. There are people, like I say, who do not know these opportunities, but they are there. It gives a low entry barrier. You don't have to have thousands of dollars. You can actually invest $20 in some of the project, some $100. You are free to do what you can do with the capacity that you do. If you have $1 million, you put it in there and you earn passive income. And also you can keep building on it. This month you're putting 100, next month you're putting next, and then on a consistent basis, before you know it, you are diversified and you are earning passive residual income. There are people whose lives have been transformed as a result of this. That other benefit is that it's transparent. All the information is right there. You just log in, all the information is there. They give you regular updates on the project itself. They give you regular updates on your dividend. Right. So what are these key platforms I'm talking about? Number one, it is a platform called Fundrise. Right. Fundrise is known for its diversified investment options. Right. Fundrise offers access to a range of projects ranging from residential to also REITs. Fundrise invest in, there are REITs opportunities on Fundrise. So what if you are an investor, right? So you can go to your REITs on your account, on your brokerage account, and see what the percentage are. If you're not happy, you can go to crowdfunding and also compare, or you can diversify and have your own personal account and also be on the platform. The second one is Realty Mogul. Realty Mogul caters both for accredited and non-accredited investors, which means that you and me, common people on the can invest in some big real estate. And the last one I'm going to talk about is CrowdCube. Right. It caters for many other things, but it also does crowdfunding on real estate. So you can actually go there and do your due diligence. I'm not giving you financial advice on what to do. I'm giving you financial education. This is information. Don't invest according to how you feel. I'm giving you information. Do your due diligence. I will give you the websites. You go there, create an account. You don't have to invest today. Do your due diligence or invest a little amount of money so that you can play around and learn how this is done. And when you are confident, you can actually invest a significant amount of money. I am saying it to you. This is financial literacy education. This is wealth building education. It also, for those that are already investing, probably through a broker, it gives you education so that when you are discussing your investment opportunities and portfolio with your broker, you become knowledgeable. And you go and say, let me look at my portfolio. And you ask him, why don't I have REITs on my portfolio? Why haven't you invested in REITs on my portfolio? Why don't I have REITs there? And then the broker realizes, wow, this person knows what they're talking about, right? So that once you have the education and the knowledge, you can actually make an informed decision, even in your investment that are being managed by a broker. But in today's industry, and with the information that we have, having a broker is luxury. Why would you want to pay 1% out of that when you can actually do it on your own? Right. So I encourage you to learn. And here are the website that you can go today and learn. Fundrise.com, realtymogul.com, crowdcube.com. Go there and do your own serious due diligence. Like I said, this information I'm giving you for free, but this information is valuable. Take a picture of that screen. Save this information because you will need it. Between now and next week, Thursday, delve into it deeper. Understand it. Go from website to website. Look at the projects that they're offering. And if you are confident enough, after you do your due diligence, then invest. I will not tell you which company or which project to invest in, but what I would do in the future for those people that are going to sign up for the class, I will share with you my personal favorites and why I invest in them. But it's not a recommendation. I'll just share with you my favorite project that I invest in and why I do that. Therefore, as we conclude, now, the lesson last week, I said it's on my page, Isaac Kubvoruno. Just go there on Facebook, and you may have to scroll down, but after this, I'm going to pin it on top so that you can easily access it. For those that were not here last week on Thursday. But for those that were here, I urge you to re-watch it. And also mandate anybody that you love to watch it, especially your children. Why am I saying this? Especially your grandchildren. Why am I saying this? Building wealth and preserving it will not make sense if the generation that is going to receive that wealth are not educated. They are not informed. Like I said last week, if you don't educate the next generation and they inherit the wealth that you are building, they will blow it before your grave is dry. Or they will use that money or that wealth that you will have built to hurt themselves and to destroy each other. Wealth must be received. The transfer of generational wealth must involve the education of the next generation. Look at any families that have done this. There is preparation. They know who is going to inherit what. And before they die, they bring in that individual or those individuals in the organization or in the, they prepare them. Therefore, I urge you, go, learn, listen to the previous video, re-listen to this one, but more importantly, have people that you love and care about listen to this and invite them on this journey with you. We will be here every Thursday until the end of 2024, sharing with you this information. But for those that are serious, this Monday, we are starting a class that touches this, the class entitled Non-Traditional Investment Opportunities in Real Estate. How to invest in real estate without owning property and without holding a license. It's a 4-day class, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. An in-depth class that we're sharing with you for those that are serious about learning about this. So Coach Lucy is going to share with you the link for you to register right now. Again, for those that register in this class, I am also writing a book with the same title, Non-Traditional Investment Opportunities in Real Estate. How to invest in real estate without owning property and without holding a license. I am writing a book. It's almost done. Anybody who registered in this class, I am going to give you free of charge the book, the paperback, and the ebook, so that you can learn, so that after the class, you have something that you can hold. I don't know when it's going to come out, but my goal is that is for it to be out before the end of January. And as soon as it's out, if you join that class, that book is going to be for you. Coach Lucy, please share the link in the chat so that people, those that are serious about creating wealth for themselves and for the next generation, those that want to learn in detail how to invest in REITs and which REITs will pay more, I'll give you a list of them on a PDF, all of them, right? And then we'll show you how to do it. If you don't know how to open a brokerage account, we'll show you that, how to open a brokerage account. What we will not do is tell you which to invest in. We'll share with you, I will share with you my personal favorites, but I ask you to do your due diligence, your personal due diligence. Therefore, I hope Coach Lucy has shared with you the link. Yes, it's there. The link is there. But we are also inviting you to the journey. Like I said, wealth building is not something that you can do as a sprint. It's a marathon. It's a marathon of a lifetime. Therefore, what am I saying? I'm saying that be on the journey of growth for the entire year. Now, if you are somebody who is serious about doing that, like I said, we will be doing this every Thursday at the same time for the entire year. Right now until December, it's free. Until the end of December, it's free. But from January 1, it's going to be paid for. So you can go to secure your spot, you can go to kingdomfinancialinstitute.com. kingdomfinancialinstitute.com. Coach Lucy is going to share with you the link so that you can do it if you forget. Kingdom Financial Institute. And choose a package that makes sense for you. But we are going to be teaching this on a weekly basis until the year ends. And I believe that when you do and if you do, God is going to open for you your mind. You are going to be better, a better version of yourself. You are going to be able to know how to generate income, how to build generational wealth, and how to preserve it. And lastly, how to pass it on to the next generation. May God help you. May God bless you. Welcome to Kingdom Financial Institute. Stay with us until the year ends. I'm going to ask Coach Lucy to pray for us and dismiss us, or if she has any announcements, to do that. But before we do that, I'm going to invite 3 people to ask 3 questions, if there is any. Right? Anybody, it doesn't matter who you are. I'm inviting 3 people to ask 3 questions about what we have been talking about, either about REITs or about real estate crowdfunding. The floor is open, and Coach Lucy is going to nominate. If you have a question, you can either write it in the chat, or you can raise your hand, and Coach Lucy will call your name. But otherwise, the class is over. See you next Thursday at the same time. But please invite somebody. Over to you, Coach Lucy.
Thank you, Coach Isaac, for the wonderful information you've just shared with us. It is truly eye-opening, and I'm glad that you're doing this. I see one question in the chat. Does brokerage charge fees?
No. No. If you choose a good company, they don't charge you any fees. All my brokerage accounts are with companies that don't charge any fee. And I will also share with you in the class my personal favorite places to open your brokerage account. If any account is charging you a fee, run away with your money. Thank you. That's a very good question.
All right. Maybe John Simon, I'll ask you to unmute yourself.
Yes, thank you. Isaac, would you be willing to, I think I may still need a little bit more clarity with regards to, and using GLN as an example, in terms of the dividend payouts, to what extent is the APY they're offering independent from its stock value, and to what extent are they connected?
Thank you.
Like you mentioned, the payout, quarterly payout, and yeah, I mean, 60%, that looks great, but I mean, is there still a contingency? Is there still variability associated with its stock value?
Thank you. That's a very, very great question. Very, very profound question. Now, in order to answer that question, right, what you do is that you go to their dividend history, right? Every REIT has a website, right, where they are forced, because REITs are controlled by the government, right? Because they report to the government. Why? Because every REIT by law must pay their investors 90% of their profit. So they have to report to the government, but also importantly, they must display on their website their dividend history. So, for example, GNL, as an example, although their stock value has been going up and down, their dividend payout has been very constant. Actually, it has been increasing. Right. So, like right now, I think it dropped by some cents. Right. It dropped by a few cents. But when you look at the history, if you want, Coach Lucy, please share our email so that anybody can ask questions after that. But I would be willing to actually share with you their dividend history. Or you can go to GNL, you Google them, go to their website and look for their dividend history. And you will see that their stock value is not correlating with their dividend payout. Right? Like, for example, recently their stock dropped. And the reason why their stock dropped in value is because they acquired another company. So in terms of value of the company, it's actually more valuable. But when you just look at the chart without knowing why it's doing that, then it can actually deceive you. But when you look at the dividend payout history, it will show you that they have been consistent and actually raising their dividend payout, even though the stock value was going down. Like right now, if you look at them currently, they just released their quarterly earnings, and they're gonna release more actually in the next the fourth quarter, and you're going to see that in terms of earnings, they have even outpaced themselves, right? But you can ask yourself now, but why is the stock down, right? The stock value is down. It's because right now, if you look generally, all stocks, or let me say, the majority of stocks are just down. It's just the reality of where we are, but it's not affecting the dividend payout or the dividend yield, because in terms of liquidity, these are real estate companies. So the tenants are still paying rent. Actually, they're increasing their rents. So in terms of the liquidity, they have actually very good money. That's why they can pay dividends. And lastly, I want to emphasize that they are required by law to pay you and I, the investor, 90% of their profit, required by law. That's why if you look at all REITs, their stock value are not sexy. The stock values are so, I mean, if you don't know, you can actually pass them. Why? Because you don't invest in a REIT because of the stock value. You invest in a REIT because of, number one, their strength, but also, secondly, their payout yield. I don't know if I answered you correctly. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate that answer. You basically did provide enough clarity, and I guess, not getting further stuck in the in the share value, but understanding, there's more to it in terms of the profit sharing and whatnot.
Right.
A company's value going up, even though you have a period where the stock descends, is that a product of the stock splitting? Is there like a meiosis? Is it like, are the shares or the stocks, are they splitting? Are they becoming more numerous?
Again, a very good question. Every REIT is going to be different, right? There are some that actually split, right? But the majority of them are not. So what would be important is for you to actually study what is happening. The majority of them, whenever you see them either going down or up, especially a REIT, when you see a REIT going down or up, there's something that happened. So you have to do a research into what is causing that. So if for me who is investing in some of these, right, I have done a thorough research, so I can almost tell you at every turn what happened and every turn down what happened, and that is what is important in REIT investment, knowing why the stock value is performing in the manner it does. If you don't know why, I don't suggest that you invest in anything that you don't know why it's performing in such a manner. So it requires a lot of study, and the reason might be various. Yes, there have been circumstances where there's been a splits, but the majority of REITs don't split. Thank you so much, brother. You're asking some very deep questions, and I think I speak for many that we have learned quite a bit from your question. Thank you.
We do have one last question.
One last question, yes.
Is the real estate course virtual and self-paced?
Thank you very much for that question. Now, this course here that we are doing right now, it is virtual. It's going to be on Zoom, just like we are doing right now, but it's not self-paced. This one is a real class that starts on the 11th and ends on the 14th. In the future, there shall be, but this one here is a special class, a 4-day class. But we record every lesson, right? Lesson and the question and answer, we record it. So that even if you are not able to attend the live class, you have a video to watch, and you also have the opportunity to ask questions via email, and we'll answer those questions. So that is another very profound question. Thank you. We've answered that. And then that is the end of our lesson tonight. Coach Lucy is going to dismiss us, but take matters into your own hands. Register for the class. Like I said, on an individual one-on-one basis, there are people here on this class that who have paid $3,200. That's my charge for a course like this, $3,200, and we're offering it for $300. $300. Yeah, I can't beat that. So if you know, you know, and if you know the value of this, please register. Like I said, we'll work with you even after you graduate. After the 4 days, we're not just going to dump you, right? You still have access. And if you have questions, you can send emails, and we will answer. I will personally answer those questions for you and guide you through the process. And then if you decide to join the yearly program, even the better. But for anybody who's serious, please don't go into 2024 without opening a brokerage account and investing. Let 2024 be the year things changed for your generations. May God bless you. Dismiss us, Coach.